YMCA has been one of our title sponsors for the Christmas parade this year, and we very much appreciate that and the relationship. And so we're going to let Jared speak a little bit and tell us about the new Y that's in town.
All right, thanks, Matt. JW, happy to be here this morning. We've got some suitable Christmas parade weather going on today.
Absolutely.
But, sure everybody's aware, but maybe some people aren't. The YMCA came to Clinton this last year. We opened in June. And things have been going great. We really have had a lot of great community support before we opened and since. And we are just growing and really getting excited about all the new programming and opportunities we're going to have coming up in the new year. And, for those who are not members yet, we should have a membership special going live here pretty soon. So check Facebook and drop by the facility, and we can give you a tour and talk to you about all the benefits of being a Sampson County YMCA member.
Absolutely. I think it's great. It's great to have here. We're great to have you guys in the community, and have a large positive impact on the community health-wise. And it's great to have the presence of the YMCA.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are looking forward to hopefully getting our after-school programming and summer camp and special youth camp programming up this next year in 2023. We've had some staffing issues, but we're overcoming those, and things are looking good.
Looks good from the outside. Jared, I just wanted to kind of mention, we'd love to go back and do some more on-site videoing over there. You allowed us that opportunity, and it was well received, and you've done a lot of stuff on the inside. And thank you for coming out this morning.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate your time. Thank you, Jared.
All right, thank y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you this morning live on WCLN Radio. You just heard that commentary. Also, Star Communications TV Channel 16. If you're watching us on TV, if you happen to not make it downtown this morning, I just want to let you know there's a huge crowd here. Things seem to be coming back after COVID, Matt. It seems that we have a lot of activity going on. So as we start the parade, you got another person who you want to have a few words with. I'm going to flip it back to you and let you chat for a moment.
Good deal. So JW here, we've got Rachel Grantham. She's with Grantham Agronomics.
Good morning.
They're another one of our title sponsors, and for the Christmas parade this year, and we appreciate the relationship with them and love having them as a member of the chamber.
Absolutely.
And we're going to let Rachel talk a little bit about Grantham Ag. And now they've got a presence in Sampson and Wayne counties.
That's correct.
And so what do you do with Grantham Agronomics, Rachel?
Well, good morning. First and foremost, I'm really excited to be here. I'm Rachel Grantham with Grantham Agronomic Services, and we are proud to serve the farmers of Sampson County, Wayne County, and surrounding areas. And hopefully we'll see some of them this morning, or hello if there's any of you watching this broadcast. But a little bit about us, we are an agronomic consulting service. So in short, that means that it is our job to be independent and unbiased of any outside retail influence or anything else, and to provide consulting services for these growers. That's sampling their soils to help them figure out fertility and other items, and in essence to grow the best crop as smartly as possible to get them the best return on their investments and help our county to continue to grow in the agronomic realm, as that is a huge part of Sampson County and who we are.
Absolutely. I believe Sampson County is the number one county in North Carolina as far as agricultural output and
absolutely
economic numbers.
Yes.
Gross product. So
and
any particular farms, big, small, all in between?
All in between. I have a few clients that call me for their yard.
Okay.
And then I have several that get into the thousands of acres that we help service. And we love participating in some of the big crop items for Sampson County, and proud to help grow some of those sweet potatoes you get to eat.
Absolutely. I believe we're number one sweet potato producing county for sure in North Carolina and maybe in the nation.
Yes, absolutely. So North Carolina and Sampson County are huge in their sweet potato production. And we're very excited to work with sweet potato growers to help them continue to keep you fed and happy with a good Christmas dinner.
All right. Rachel, if folks want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
So the best way to reach us is normally by phone. We are also on Facebook, and you can reach us by email. So just look us up on Facebook for our contact information, and our webpage is just Grantham Agronomic Services.
All right. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Glad to be here today.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, we're kind of getting set here. The actual parade is going to be starting shortly. We're going to have a little conversation here this morning. Matt, I think, do you have anybody else coming in you need to talk with?
No, we are good. So
okay, we're going to slide that chair off there so we
put
can
a little space in between.
so we can maneuver up here. This is a interesting location. Matt, I wanted to start out this morning a quick introduction of where we're at so folks will know. I guess if they got an angle view, they can see the First Baptist Church
right
on
from
College
where we're
Street.
sitting. We've got over here Lou Starling's office, Dr. Willard Lawrence and Starling is to our, left, and in front of us, and the First Baptist Church will be diagonal across the street. So we've got downtown right behind us, as well as the Millstone art piece and the Christmas tree they just lit up with Christmas in the City last week.
So we're going to have a camera angle that's actually going, in fact, the guys was just sharing with me, the camera angle that folks are going to see live on the TV side is going to be, you can see the front of the church. The reality of what's happening here is new. It's a new location for us. So when folks come by, we're going to try to highlight as much as we can.
Absolutely.
And Matt, you have spent quite a bit of time with that team that you have together. That's the parade committee.
Yep.
I know you're proud of them, so let's give them a little bit of commentary this morning about planning the parade and that kind of.
Absolutely. The core guys that have been around doing the parade committee would be Frankie Owens with Owens Home Furnishings, Willie Hobbs with Hobbs Insurance, and Perry Solis, and I believe he's retired but part-time now over at Performance Ford. And so we've had a lot of help also from Anthony Davis with the police department and our other city folks. As well as I'll put a plug in here for Jason and Mitchell. They're the guys behind the camera and with Star Communications, Star TV, and as well as Ron Davis over at the radio station at WCLN. One of our committee chairs that we lost this year, which many of you guys know in the community, was Bill Turlington, and here on the table in remembrance of Bill was a hat very similar to the one that he liked to wear. He was a happy guy about any time you'd see him, but especially around the holidays. Christmas and this parade was very special to him, and he was a special guy. Served on our board of directors as well as the parade committee. So this one's for Bill, and we're gonna miss him, and so we're going to roll on.
Well, I appreciate that commentary, and I think most folks that knew Bill, that he exuded what Christmas is, not only during Christmas, but throughout the year. It's a tremendous loss, and we've lost a lot of great folks right here over the past year, and we'll just count our blessings as we move forward. I want to kind of make a quick commentary as you're looking live. On the camera view, you probably see the street, but in the background, you see the First Baptist Church here on College Street, 408 College Street. Actually, it's been there since 1854, so it's not only that, but it's a historic moment. The church is connecting family and friends in faith since 1854. Ray Ammons, senior pastor at the church. A lot of great folks, and this is representative, I think. When I think about Christmas, I think about the spiritual aspect of Christmas, and I think about the worthiness that we have and grace we have to sit here today and look at that with blue skies,
Absolutely.
No rain,
great weather,
great weather.
Knock on wood, nothing changes.
Absolutely.
The route.
So as we're talking, we start seeing the first of the parade coming, and Matt, I think one of the things that's a tradition, as well as the guy in the red suit. The tradition is you always see the police department leading the parade with the flag
coming.
So when I look at that, I think about the stability and what Clinton represents, and what the Clinton Sampson Area Chamber of Commerce represent. It represents that inclusivity that most folks are looking for this time of the year.
Absolutely. We're a landing spot for anybody that's interested in moving forward in the community, making progress. If you've got a business or just an interest in the economic and well-being of this community, we invite you to be a part of the organization.
So what are we looking at now? We're seeing a banner coming here, and you've got everything outlined for us. We've got Anthony Davis, the police chief, coming through, leading the parade. We got a flag group here. I believe that's their volunteer fire group.
Mm-hmm. The honor guard for the fire department. And behind them, we've got some of the DECA club students from Clinton High School, James Darden, and Evan, and Ash. She said she was going to tell me Cameron's another one.
Yeah.
And Astrid. No, that's not it. That's close though. She told me when she mentioned it. I'm not forgetting. I certainly did. But we appreciate them. They're carrying the Chamber of Commerce banner, which kind of kicks us off here. And coming up right behind them, we have Lou Starling, Mayor of Clinton. He's been the mayor for, I believe, is it now almost coming up on 20 years? Is that right, Jake?
Yeah, it says since 2001, but really, it's a pretty good while. Seems like time goes by fast. Lou's doing a great job keeping everything just kind of together and working with everybody for the inclusivity that we've been talking about here.
Absolutely.
Now, coming up behind that is the city council. And these people are to be saluted for stepping up and taking on some huge leadership roles in the city of Clinton. Just the importance of the way the city looks, bringing the city together. And let's just talk about some of those folks. We got Daniel Ruggles, council person, Neil Strickland, Mayor Pro Tem Marcus Beckton, Councilman Holden Dubose,
and Wanda Corbin.
Absolutely.
We appreciate them. And then coming up behind them, we've got the Sampson County Board of Commissioners. We've got a new chair that's Gerald Kivett, Sue Lee, vice chair. And we've also got Alan McClan and Lethea Lee, as well as Thaddeus Godwin.
Absolutely. And next up, we got Anita Lane. Tell us a little about Anita Lane.
Anita Lane, I believe Honeycutt Lane. She, I remember hearing those ads on the radio when she was running for office. She's our Register of Deeds, so another public servant and elected official. Behind her, we've got Chris Pham, the clerk of court. He's coming up. And he's got a minivan here with a couple of sunroofs. He's popped out of the top waving at the folks, as well as some kids in there doing the same. And I think that's one of the best things about this is the kids out here being excited and having a great time.
Following him, we've got interesting float, and I know these folks personally. They are friends and neighbors of mine. Robert Gilmore is not only a judge, but graduated at top of his class in law school. He's been a prosecutor, he's been a defense attorney, and now he's a district court judge.
And a true patriot flying that American flag.
Absolutely. And Buddy Gilmore and Kay are driving the float today, and that's his mom and dad.
Now we've got another honorable here. We've got James Walter, district court judge. And looks like he's got Will Ferrell or Buddy the Elf in there right with him. So it's great to see them. Looks like we got a Willie's Jeep coming up after them. Who do we have in the Jeep there?
It looks like we've got a lot of the military, the American Legion, and others.
So our Veterans Council here.
Yes, and that's kind of I guess been a long-time supporter and leader of that group has been Ann Knowles.
Absolutely. It looks like these guys behind that Willie's Jeep is a big old deuce and a half Army truck.
Yes, sir.
So they've got all the branches of the military, those flags waving, well represented. Man, she's all
there she is.
This and that.
Salute Ann Knowles.
And we thank all of our veterans and our current service people protecting this country and keeping us safe. We thank you for your service.
Clinton Fire Department.
Looks like they've got their ladder truck out here with all the lights. I'm kind of glad no sirens. Those things can be quite loud. I mean, we all know that. Behind them, who we got here? We got the Sudan Roadsters coming up. Out here in these hot rod golf cart go-karts. So they are cutting up. I know they do a lot of good things in the community.
Led by the American Legion, by the way, and the Roasters. If you can't get into the spirit of Christmas when you see these guys going around in circles and maneuvering those cars, it makes you feel like you're really in a parade.
Oh yeah, this is not a parade without them. This parade puts on we partner with the Shriners and the Shriners Hospital, and some of the funds that we raise through this event go directly to them for their efforts.
You know, the guys that do this and volunteer their time do it for a good reason, a very, very strong charitable cause. And all the parades in the area that I have attended thus far, and over the years, they've always been there. So I just kind of salute those folks.
Fun. I mean, that's what I feel with UJW, but I'd love to be cutting up donuts like these guys.
I don't know. Matt, if you and I got in there, we might get off the road. I'm not sure.
There you go. We may have one broke down a little bit.
Well, they have a special unit there that does the repairs for that, and I've noticed a couple of times if one does happen to break down, they certainly will move it out of the way, or they'll just go in a parade with it.
Yeah, they've got their matching golf carts. I think they're going to hook them up in tow, and I guess they'll be our next entry coming through.
It's all about smiles, red hats, and excitement when they come through. So we're looking down the street, and then probably coming in camera view here in a few minutes, we got a queen coming up, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about who that is.
Looks like it's going to be, we've got Little Miss Butler Avenue coming up. And Brooklyn is the 8-year-old daughter of Jonathan and Jillian Griffin of Clinton. She promotes the importance of literacy as a Clinton City Schools Queen. She's the 2023 CCS pageant, will be held in March. So we'll give her a big wave. Now coming up behind there, we've got the Don Clowns.
And we're not joking about that, are we?
Oh no, they're all out. Full clown gear. And they're putting on the show for that. So they kind of go hand in hand with that roadster group. It's not a parade without them. So they're another part of the Shrine organization. The roasters were here in Clinton when the young clowns obviously come down and trying to do there. So it looks like we've got a couple of hobo clowns. One of them got some Christmas gear on. The kids are getting into it. They are too.
I think the clowns enjoy it as much or more than the audience does.
This is a committed group right here.
Absolutely. I believe I see a new kind of elf clown here. I'm not used to seeing it.
All different kinds of colored hair.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
all part of the magic of Christmas.
Clown would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
They brought their own boombox with them. I'm sure y'all can hear it as well. Suzanne Dunn Clowns.
The smiles exude everybody's face today when they come through. We're following that, and in camera view, I think, will be the next float coming up.
Yep, this is one of our big boy floats. So we have got, I believe this is going to be the, I saw our Boy Scouts. Who's this one going to be? Tucker and Tucker towing, I believe. Let's see. We'll let them get a little bit closer. They're driving a dually truck with a big trailer pulling behind it. Wells Transportation pulling this vehicle. This may be 810 Studios. I think that's who it is. I think the Beauty Queen jumped up ahead of them in our list here, but no big deal.
Well, sometimes it's hard to explain to people as we're talking about a list. We got a list in front of us, and sometimes the floats get out of order. So, to be honest with you folks, we're winging it at
we
some
are.
point in time.
That works
we have no idea what's going on.
This is 810 Studios, I believe, here. 810 Studios is a full media production company with TV and radio stations supporting independent music and visual art. So here come the Boy Scouts. There we go.
Boy Scouts, a tradition in the United States, dates back to decades ago. Graduating folks up through Eagle Scout.
That's a big deal.
A lot of folks depend on that as a character building organization, bringing people together. And of course, we're proud of Troop 133.
133. The mission and aim are character development, leadership training, mental and physical fitness, and applying the Scout Law and Scout Oath. So behind them looks like we've got the Clinton alumni chapter of ladies of Delta Sigma Theta, and in their traditional red and black colors. I know that's a big deal for these sorority groups. We've got the red and the black and the pink and the green, and I know there's a couple others, but it's great to see them out. They do a lot in this community too.
You know, Matt, the weather is changing as we're sitting here, and I noticed the sun has kind of finally come out, and it just highlights the parade from this angle.
It is. It's nice. And if you're cold, that sun shining on you certainly helps.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we got another float coming behind this group, and I'm trying to get a visual here of what that is. It looks like one of the local trucks.
Our tow company that we had mentioned, Tucker and Tucker. Let's see. Yep, Tucker and Tucker. And they got their big rollback wrecker coming through. It's a sharp-looking vehicle, patriotic, in the light blue, dark blue, stars and stripes.
It's good to have them around. Sometimes things don't run right, and you got to get them out of the street, right?
Let's see, 910-567. Let me see, get you the rest of it. 6137 if you get stuck and need a haul.
And now the Turkey Fire Department, representing one of the 40-plus volunteer fire departments in Sampson County.
The volunteer fire department, sir, I mean, that's crucial to have. You know, not all the municipalities. I mean, throughout the county, you've got a lot of folks, a lot of areas that are in need, and through these volunteers, they keep the folks safe.
And they got the truck loaded down with children on top.
The kids, everybody wave them.
Future firefighter.
There we go.
Okay, we got some queens coming. I see crowns, I see convertibles. That means queens.
I believe this one's going to be Catherine Smith, 2022 Miss Princess of Sampson County. She's a Methodist University graduate. Well, I think she's behind. That one's Riley Heath.
Yeah, Miss.
So we appreciate Riley and all that she does. I know these beauty queens, it's not just looking pretty and waving. They do a lot in the community for leadership and trying to be role models for these young girls. This is Charlie Anna Naylor, Tiny Miss of Harold's Christian Academy for 2022-23. Who have we got behind her, JW? Caroline Marie Owens.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's kind of hard to keep up with them because, like I said, some of them do kind of get out of line. And
she's Little Miss with Harold's Christian Academy as well. And we've got another Harold's Christian Academy princess, and that is Clara Glenn Hill, Junior Miss of Harold's Christian Academy.
Harold's Christian Academy, highly recommended, and continues to grow in the community of Harold down there.
Behind them, we've got Clinton Sampson Rescue and EMS with one of their vehicles, and they've got the lights on.
And I believe that represents one of the continuing volunteer organizations here.
Okay. And this is an exciting float coming up behind them.
Could we just call that Bubbles? It looks like the bubble.
I mean, snow, JW.
Is that snow? It looks like bubbles.
Actually,
there goes a bubble.
It's bubble. Yes, it's both.
There's both.
Look at this.
Look, in fact, I'm seeing bubbles. Either that or I'm having a vision.
Coming at us now. Y'all might see something on camera here in a minute.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. Right. And we've got this cool weather. I don't know if it'd be appropriate out here in the heat with this snow coming at us.
Yeah. It might be bubbles or snow freezing or falling out of the sky.
These are the Clinton Tigers cheer team. The orange, black, and white. And they've got a crowd on the float as well as a group walking behind. Let's see if they stop and do a performance for us here, JW.
Yes, sir. We got one of the things with a parade, you've got children in it, and that's Christmas kind of revolves a lot around that idea of Christmas, Santa Claus, and they're going to do a little dance for us. We're going to try to capture as much of that as we can, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stop for a moment, just take a listen and look at what's going on. A little acrobatics.
Well, for the folks on the radio, let's tell them what just happened. I don't know what you call that maneuver, but somebody just get tossed up in the air and landed safely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the key is landing safely.
Yes. All right, now we've got another entry here, Liberty Tax here in town, 866-871-1040. That's an appropriate telephone number.
Absolutely.
1040.
And it's tax time again here in the United States.
Other than Christmas, everybody's favorite time of year.
Yeah, tax time all the time. Here's a Corvette, another queen coming through.
This one's Catherine Dawn Smith, Miss Princess of Sampson County, 2022. Now we've got some band folks from Lakewood High School. They are sponsored by James Trading Company and Vinny's Restaurant, a couple of longtime chamber members. JW,
Lakewood.
all these instruments?
Lakewood, one of our 4 high schools, including Clinton, the Clinton City School. We're talking 5 high schools in the county.
5 public high schools, 4 of which are Sampson County schools.
Absolutely. Lakewood and Roseboro area always does a great job in the parade. And you know, one of the things that we experience in doing the parade each and every year, Matt, is we have these long kinds of distances sometimes it shows up, and I'm noticing that we've got a couple of floats coming up, so we're going to have a little time here. We can talk a bit about what's going on in Clinton, and maybe I can get you to kind of fill us in on some of the things that's going on with the chamber for a couple of seconds as we get to the next float.
We've got the next one here is the Clinton, or the Sampson Public Library Clinton branch. So they are in a decorative minivan with some lights and stickers on it, and they've got some Santa gear on. We'll give them a wave.
You know, the libraries, the public libraries have evolved over the years, and there's a lot of technology now. When you visit the library, you can go in and look up books. Absolutely, it's not just books. So they use that technology. Another queen coming through.
Absolutely, we've got, let's see, Miss Sampson County's outstanding teen, Abby Kate and Carson Daughtry. So we'll give them a wave.
Absolutely.
Ladies look nice.
Absolutely. So we got a little break here now as we're waiting for the next unit to come through. The chamber sponsors this parade each and every year, and it takes quite a bit of time for you guys to get everything together. And as people call in, you try to get it as organized as possible. I mean, sometimes it's just totally impossible. So tell us a little bit of how it's gone this year, just bringing it together.
Controlled chaos.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all don't get to see any of the chaos. It just looks good and sounds good on the day of. And so, yeah, there's a lot of time and effort that goes in to the event, which is a fundraiser for the Chamber is a nonprofit, as well as I mentioned the Shriners Clubs that come out. So any of the funds raised in that go towards the charity work of the Shriners organizations. And the Chamber's been around for 75 years. And they've been putting on this event, this parade here in downtown Clinton for, I don't know if it's been 75, but I know it's been a lot.
It has. It's
a long time, long-standing event.
The chamber itself is a key asset to businesses and future businesses. Kind of speak to that a little bit and let folks know how they can reach you and that kind of thing.
Sure. The Chamber of Commerce, our website is www.clintonsampsonchamber.org. You can reach us by phone, 910-592-6177. But we're here to serve the business community, be a voice for those businesses. We're all about the development of the community in a business-friendly fashion, making sure that the local laws as well as state laws and regulations are business-friendly and provide opportunities for growth in the community, in the business community, and for the local economy.
The chamber also, I think when we look at the chamber, the scope of it for Sampson County also covers all the small towns in Sampson County.
Absolutely. We're countywide, and we we're Greater Sampson. I mean, it's a regional approach. Anybody that's got an interest in this area and want to see it do well, we're happy to have them be a part of the organization, and our numbers are in the hundreds, and if you're not part of it, we encourage you to reach out. I'd love to talk with you and sit down. But we have a range of different options for our investors with membership and different promotional, like we're here today. Some of these folks that are members and want to get their name out and share their message with the community, that's what we're here to do, is to help them do it. We are not a taxpayer-funded organization, so we're independent. We're an independent voice, and so we try to bring all things in the community together, business community, the other nonprofit organizations in the area, local governments. It's a landing spot where all people can come together.
Well, and the other part of that is the whole operation of what you do in this county and this parade brings everybody together. The Star Communications TV, Channel 16, WCLN Radio is just excited to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and support the chamber in their effort with the parade. This is the kind of, unity and support that I think you've seen since you've been executive director over the past year or two.
Yeah, I think partnerships are important, and the more that we can do to work together, the more we can move the needle. Big impact. So it's great. It's great when folks can come together and do big things. We also do it with the help of a lot of volunteers. So anybody's interested in helping out volunteering, we've got several different committees that you can be a part of and we're governed or led by a board of directors. And maybe I'll get a chance to give some of them a shout here in a minute. We've got another one of our entries coming in.
Absolutely, we've got a dance team coming in, and the look that I'm getting, and I'm thinking part of this is on camera. It's hard to get on camera everything we're seeing, Matt, but this is a huge group of people.
This is a large crowd.
It
Carolina Dance Company. They've got 2 locations, one in Clinton and one in Roseboro. So they've got new classes beginning in January of 2023. So they've got a large float here with a lot of the young folks on it.
All dressed in Christmas colors.
Absolutely. I think this is the Christmas mouse and the Nutcracker. I see a lot of these kids with the ears. The Carolina Dance Company out. Everybody's waving. Let's give them a wave.
And if you happen to be at home watching the parade, we are coming to you live on Star Communications TV, Channel 16, WCLN Radio. Hopefully you're getting a good camera angle and view. Certainly we are at a key advantage here.
They're going to give us a show, I believe, JW.
They're going to do a little show for us.
Let's take a look and a listen, guys.
There you go.
Drama here, the mouse and the Nutcracker going at it. Oh, we
There
got
we
a
go.
big performance.
There you
here.
go.
If I knew anything about dance, I would describe all of these motions and maneuvers in detail. But
I think we would call it out wrong. I think we wouldn't get that wrong.
But they're moving and shaking, and it looks good. They're all doing it the same. They're all synchronized. It's a good-looking group.
Absolutely. And they got the little mouse ears on, and of course, those, as you said, those folks listening on the radio, you're not getting the picture of this, but radio side and TV sides come together to make this happen today, and it's always works well when we've got as many channels getting the message out.
JW, you think you can do any of these moves?
Well, one of them, but I'm coming out of it.
Yeah, we're going to need
Doing
some
it, coming
Advil
out of it.
or some crutches afterwards.
Yeah, coming out of it.
I think this is where I think they must have done one of these performances a little ways up the street.
I think so. And these are the kinds of things, if we can get this on camera, to get to those people that are somewhere today and maybe they can't get out. We have a lot of folks that listen to the radio, watches the TV channel, that literally they may be in a rest home somewhere.
Absolutely.
They may be people that we get calls and they'll contact me and say, we saw that or heard you. So we want to give them a shout out and a Merry Christmas to them. And thank the dance troupe for stopping and just giving us a little performance.
Absolutely, that was great. We thank you guys. Good job.
Gold and red, gray, black,
I see.
pink
So the
colors.
group in the back had the Nutcracker hats, and
There
the group
you
in the
go.
front had the mouse ears.
There you go.
And so there was a dramatic performance,
We'll
very impressive.
Call it a performance. We got another float coming into camera view now, and we're going to be talking to you about that, giving you a little cue in on what that float is.
This is the city schools, Clinton City Schools.
Dr. Wesley Johnson, superintendent. A lot of activity in the Clinton City school system. We're one of a few counties that has 2 school systems. Actually 3. We got private schools here as well. But the 2 major public school systems, Clinton City School System, Sampson County Schools.
So we'll give them a wave, and they're on a green large float, green with silver trim, and a Christmas tree up there. We'll give them a wave, some kids on there as well.
Clinton City Schools is preparing our children for the future each and every day.
Absolutely. Our school systems are important, our public school systems, all the schools.
And a shout out to all those folks that work there, the teachers, the bus drivers, the people that keep the school going, the school resource officers. Give them all a shout out.
All of them. We thank you. Coming up now, we've got a car club, the Old Lightning Rods.
And you could probably say some of these cars are old.
Yeah, that one looks like to be a 70s model Chevrolet certainly with some custom work. I don't know what you could. This was a
These
hot rod.
Yeah, these
Old
are
Model
like,
T with some.
they're like back 1940s or something.
Yeah. Well, this one, I like this one. It's just a classic. I'm assuming Model T or Model A.
Absolutely.
Ford, but they've got the Christmas tree in there. Looks like that's just a total restoration, not a.
And these guys, Richard Landis, I'm looking for him. He's got to be somewhere, and I think it's Richard coming up here. They're part of a larger club that literally travels all over the state in an antique park, classic car show, and hundreds of these people get together and drive all over different areas of North Carolina. It's just an outstanding group of people to be with.
That one looks to be I'd say a 30s model. Coming up this one, I can get this one pretty close. This is a Chevrolet pickup truck, and that's got to be close to a 54 or a 55.
Definitely modified with the drop
little
kit on
modifications.
it. Yeah.
One like my grandfather had. We still got it, but it does not look in anywhere near this good a shape as this one. That's a short truck.
Chevrolet Camaro coming up here. I remember that from the 60s personally very well.
I thought that was before your time, W.
Well, we can talk about some things. The antique parts, I'm not sure.
Oh, so that's the antique. Okay, antiques, all right.
The antique part, I ain't got there yet, but I'm working on that one. This looks like a 40s model coming up as well.
Here's another SS Camaro.
Yeah, and that's familiar to the 70s, the Chevrolet Camaros. And of course, each one of these cars, for most folks, as they're looking at this, many people look at each one of these cars and it reflects a moment in time for them.
A moment in time. I know a lot of these guys, it's something they love to do is get out and tinker on these cars. I mean, it's memories. I'm sure a lot of these cars, if it's not one that they've kept since childhood, it's one that they either drove around when they were younger or wish they could have been.
Absolutely, and as we continue the conversation about cars and different cars come by, one of the things that strikes me is that when you're looking at these cars, folks, unless you're into the business,
I guess when they tell us what it is, 1930 Ford Model A.
Exactly.
Franklin Lindsay of Clinton.
A lot of these vehicles represent huge amounts of money as well. It's when you think about the restoration, keeping these cars pristine, just even purchasing and trading these vehicles, literally 6 digits and up when it comes to financial assets.
Yeah, some of these I don't think you could put a price tag on them as far as for sale. It's a labor of love.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you can't represent it any other way than it's something that people not only enjoy doing, but it represents a huge part of their life. And probably,
I don't know if this one coming up is a classic yet.
Well,
but, we've got looks to be a late '90s model Corvette there, red Corvette.
It definitely hadn't made it to the electric era, has it?
No. I don't believe any of these cars are EV.
Yeah, I think a lot of the ones we're looking at, we can still use the term.
The American muscle.
Yeah, muscle cars, 4-barrel carburetors, dual exhaust, all those things come.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 miles to the gallon.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got 2 colors coming up here. Looks like twin vehicles.
Dodge Viper, I believe.
Yeah.
2 white ones with some blue racing stripes there for you folks on the radio that can't see.
So cars and classic cars represents the persona of the landscape of America for many, many years and continues to do that as we evolve into whatever 2030 looks like. As folks talk about 2030, they think about EVs and what the hybrid cars look like.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Man, they got a crew of them today.
Absolutely.
I guess some nice weather. The club is out in force.
Well,
we should have counted them going through.
And I think too, the weather does have an impact because some folks that as much money they spend on these cars, Matt, they don't want to really get them out in the weather.
Right.
So it does.
Any opportunity they have that it's nice and they can show them off, I know they're going to take it.
It makes a huge difference overall. And as my fingers get a little bit cold, I'm sliding gloves on there. So my mittens have to come out of the pocket, my friend. So now as we're looking down and we're still kind of identifying some vehicles, as you're looking at this on the screen, folks, there's probably, I'm going to guess, there was 15, 20 vehicles. We are looking at, I believe you referred to it as the Dodge Vipers. I think that was a model, I'm not sure what year it was, but they were pretty popular. And we saw a lot of those around during that period of time. Following those, I'm looking and I'm seeing some
white
Camaros.
Camaro Z28 T-top. Behind that, another Camaro. I see the SS on the front, Super Sport. and then a later model. What do we call it? Orange, bright orange. Ford Mustang.
You know, as we're sitting here looking at this, we're pausing for a moment. I want to give the folks in the city of Clinton and Mary Rose a shout out for a great job for downtown activities they had just recently.
Oh yeah, Christmas in the City. It looks like the Hallmark movie they were going for.
It really did, and I think she nailed it this year. Her and her team just did an outstanding job making that happen, and I've heard from a lot of folks. Of course, I attended one night at the tree lighting, and it was just tremendous. The volume of people that was interested and came out and participating, that says a lot for this community.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the Christmas in the City, I think it was a 2-night event this year. They had the tree lighting a couple weeks ago, and then last night they had the horse carriage rides. So if you've not attended and you're listening or watching, we invite you to that as well. I know a lot of time and effort went into it with a huge team of volunteers to get all these storefronts downtown decorated. It looks great.
One of the downtown area, oftentimes as we look at that, we remind folks that it is a collective, a variety down there. You know, we've got everything from art to clothing stores, to
retail,
jewelry
restaurants.
stores. It's all right there in one area with some wonderful restaurants. Grab a cup of coffee there at the corner coffee shop. A lot of stuff that's grown and made right here in Sampson County and North Carolina Ag supports that.
Absolutely. I wish I knew all these models.
I do too. Some of these vehicles, I think, is not only the model, but how they've modified that vehicle. There's a lot of art in that. We've got a group coming up here now, Matt. I'm not. Don't
get back to the list.
Get back to the list so we can see what's happening.
Leave this. Let's see. The Gamma Eta chapter of the Chi Eta Phi sorority.
That's easy for you to say.
So they're out here in their green and yellow, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, the colors is very Christmas related.
There you go.
Another queen coming up here on a Lexus, just sitting on top of RX Lexus.
There we go. Miss Bobby, we're naming all the makes and models of these vehicles.
Yeah.
Miss Bobby's Corner, outstanding team, Jenna Grace Nance. She's a freshman at Grace Creek High School. Jenna Grace was fourth runner-up at the state competition in June, and she is 14 years old.
Absolutely. 2 more queens coming on this ride.
Yep, these are some more young ladies from Spivey's Corner. We've got Miss Spivey's Corner 2022, Katie Brown. Katie is attending ECU and is living in Goldsboro. She performed at the Square Fair and at Christmas in the City. She was crowned the 50th Miss Spivey's Corner. Katie Brown. Now we've got, I believe, another Boy Scout troop coming up here. This one's sponsored by Truist Bank.
So they got big bucks backing them, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Truist and which formerly BB&T in this area, they've been big supporters of the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts in this area. Good to see them. They're on a blue float, navy with Carolina. Well, we'll call it sky blue. We've got I remember seeing this fella come in, antique motorcycle entry.
Absolutely.
David Allen Jordan. This is a 1978 Kawasaki KZ1000 in all original and low mileage.
Yeah, it seems to be running well. It's good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Got it going.
Behind them, we've got the group with the YMCA. We see Jared Barrier back out there that was speaking with us earlier. So it's great to have this group in town.
It's brought a lot to Clinton, and it's revitalized the Wellness Center, I think, into a very positive
So if you're not familiar
way.
where they're located, it's in the old Wellness Center building, which is on Vance Street, just around the corner from the hospital.
The parade, as it comes to us, and we have these little flaws, little open areas that we don't get to really see something. We've got another one coming now that I think we got.
This is a Grateful Shed.
Yeah, and these guys is literally all over the county and everywhere doing good things and raising money to help folks, and they actually cook every kind of food you can think of. And,
so this was started by a group of men wanting to serve God and love on others. Started the Christian Food Bank of Salemburg, and they'd like to thank God and all their supporters. So let's give it up to the Grateful Shed,
Absolutely.
give these guys away, wish them a Merry Christmas.
They give a lot of time, not only in preparation, but in traveling and going to different places. And you probably saw some of them in a lot of the events in downtown Clinton.
I hear a band coming up in the background.
Yeah.
Before we get to them, we've got Petite Miss Hopton, Camilla Santos. She's the reigning Petite Miss Hopton. She's a daughter of Aces and Patty Santos. Camilla is 7 years old and in the 2nd grade at Hopton Elementary. Behind her, another Hopton queen, Miss Hopton, Lola Grace Warren. She is the 65th Miss Hopton and only the 5th freshman to be crowned in the history of the pageant.
Sponsored by Matthews Drugs and Gifts, and it's the Hopton High School Band.
Hopton High School Band, Matthews Drugs, long-standing, locally owned pharmacy in the community, right there at the Jordan Shopping Center on Southeast Boulevard.
Over 50 years, Tara Jackson now is the owner and manager.
Let's take a listen to the band.
Now, the Hopton Band makes a joyful noise.
Absolutely.
The only instrument I can play is my mouth.
Yeah, so you make a joyful noise at
Exactly.
church?
I make a joyful noise.
Okay. I'm with you on that one.
Usually I get strange looks when I start doing that as well. This is what is it, a place? They're saying you're supposed to know your place.
Yeah,
That's
the choir
not
loft,
my place.
The choir loft is not your place.
That's not my place. Parker Gas. LP Gas has been a part of the area for years, and Parker Gas out of Newton Grove and Clinton and various other places is a tremendous impact, as you know, commercially.
Absolutely. Another longtime chamber member. We're happy to have them with us today. Parker Gas, we are your neighborhood propane provider. Feel comfortable with us.
All those nice gas fire logs in the fireplace now. You can think about that, and all those ag chickens and hog houses.
Oh yeah, keeping
those
the
kinds of
climate
things.
controlled.
Well, here's something with some horns going on here. Let's
I don't know that
figure out what that is.
We'll give the spirit of Tiny Miss America, Kelsey McDonald, a quick shout before we. I see. This is our mascot for the community college.
There you go.
The Sampson Community College Vikings.
Shout out to all those folks at Community College. Dr. Bill Starlin, president, been there for a few years. It's just made that campus a beautiful campus out there.
Absolutely. And now we've got the National Junior Beta Club of Sunset Avenue Elementary School. These kids are out wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. Now I believe we get the Clinton High School JROTC.
They're keeping it organized, and we need more of those kinds of things. I just saw the other day when the military recruiting was down around 25%, so we need more people interested in structuring their lives around the military lifestyle.
And this is the Dark Horse Battalion. Their mission is to motivate cadets to become better citizens. The Dark Horse Battalion motto, facta non verba, meaning deeds, not words.
There you go.
Disciplined group there.
Following them
Future leaders.
is Taylor's Bridge, another part of those 40-plus volunteer fire departments in the county that you were talking about a while ago, Matt.
I think the kids really like these. I mean, what kid doesn't, that's what do you want to be when you grow up? Policeman, fireman, astronaut.
I suspect they continue to sell a lot of those fire truck toys.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a couple of handsome
young
boys you got to know. So.
Yep, they love Paw Patrol. One of the pups on there drives a fire truck. He's a Dalmatian. So, yeah.
Get a truck and a dog at the same time.
Yeah. Taylor's Bridge, Station 16, Fire Department.
421 South here in Clinton, and these folks cooperate with each other. They bring each other assistance when they're needed, and they're part of the whole system of emergency response in the county. Rick Sawyer is Emergency Management Director for the county, and he's well aware of what they bring in support and bring in any kind of assistance that's needed, whether it's in the city of Clinton or one of the towns in the area, in one of the largest counties in the state.
I'm going to call it the largest. I mean, unless we've got anybody listening from Lumberton,
Yeah,
we're not going to argue with those folks from Robinson County. We know who the biggest is.
Here comes some Jeep people.
Jeep people.
Charles Ray Knowles heads that group
The
up.
Samco Jeeple is a local group of Jeep enthusiasts who love Jeeps and all things Jeeping.
Yeah, I think I called them the Jeeple people last year.
Jeeple people. Any and all makes and models are welcome. So they've got, let's see.
They have grown. Last year, this group was not this big. Apparently, it's called
at least 15 JW. It's a lot of Jeeps.
Yeah, it's
some of them have got the tops off.
Yeah,
this one's got the Grinch popping out of the top.
Absolutely. I think when I say Jeep, I think about the idea of going off-road. Does that strike you when you hear the word Jeep?
Some of these Jeeps look pretty sharp, though.
I know. I'm not going to go off-road or not. I'm just saying. And Jeeps have been part of not only the rural community for a long time, but you start seeing a lot of these things in Raleigh and other places. Yeah.
The military, I guess, they would build Willys Jeeps. I don't know if that was World War I or II. After that, a lot of these servicemen came home and said, I want one. Same thing happened with the Hummers.
Absolutely. And here comes one that's got the star on the side that's kind of a remembrance of that era from back in the 50s and 60s when there was a lot of
soft top, says Sergeant Workhorse.
There you go.
We've got the Wranglers, Rubicons, all colors.
If you thought about it,
if
you thought about it and you might like a Jeep and you wanted to kind of get a look at the different kinds of Jeeps, this is the place to see
absolutely. This is one of these later models they've got with the truck beds in the back now, and they've got frosting.
And like you said, there's a lot of them dressed up. There's a lot of them that looks as though they've been part of the workforce and off-road, but they all represent a group of people that has come together.
Jeep people love Jeeps.
They're Jeeples. They're
Jeeples.
They're Jeeples.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm naming them.
Anybody that's got a Jeep, and they pass another one, it's good. There's a special wave.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got another marching band coming up behind all these Jeeples.
Beginning to look like, if I can see, this is the Midway band that's following here. And one of the things that impresses me with the Midway band, and I saw them in Newton Grove, is the huge mass and size of this band. Probably, it's got to be one of the largest bands in the area.
If I'm not mistaken, the Midway High School is our largest school as far as student population. And they got an extra A as far as the how they determine school sizes for athletics and so on and so forth.
And man, they put on such a great performance.
Yep, and they've got their color guard out here. Color guard? Color guard.
Flag. The flag folks. Color guard. And that takes a lot of talent and time just training to use those.
I'd be out there like Will Ferrell with the ribbon dancer on the movie Old School.
Yeah.
Y'all would not want to see me try to do one of these.
Here we go.
Here comes the marching band. Sponsored by Star Communications.
Absolutely.
Midway Marching Band out of Spivey's Corner, North Carolina.
Doing a great job for us today here, making us feel like Christmas by just listening to that song. We need a little Christmas.
Absolutely. We need a little Christmas right now. I think we've got it. Especially after that snow that came through. All right, less like another float entry. This is local business, Coastal Crawl Space.
That's the people that go under your house and put plastic everywhere.
foundation repair. They provide crawl space repair and encapsulation, lifting and leveling of sagging floors and walls, foundation repair, basement waterproofing, as well as roofing. Let's give them away.
Speaking of off-road, this is pretty much what we're seeing coming now is about 8 or 10.
Yeah, this
and
is
they're definitely off-road.
NC Mud.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a non-profit group of off-road enthusiasts. Their main charity is Toys for Tots. They're a small group but are growing. They're trying to share their love for the off-road community with everyone. So these are the side-by-sides. It's like nobody rides a four-wheeler ATV anymore. It's like these a four-wheeler and a car had a baby. These things are great. And so the Grinch is driving down with Rudolph next to him. With these, I know it's the same thing with these folks, like the Jeeps. If you've got one, you get into it, you love it.
I guess if you're going to play in the mud, this is the kind of thing you need.
Absolutely. And a lot of these groups will go up to Appalachian Mountains. I've heard the Hatfield McCoy Trail up in West Virginia. They'll go up there and you can go riding for days and not see anybody on the trail.
I'd even not get a telephone signal either.
Yeah, you better get a satellite phone.
Yeah.
Take you an extra can of gas and a bottle of water.
Well, it looks like this last one coming up here.
That's this one way to ford some.
Yeah, you can
he's
get
ready to
some
ford
deep
rivers.
mud.
Yeah,
Get some deep mud with that.
Yeah, he's sitting in a good ground clearance on that thing. A good, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 foot.
Yeah, it really is. And you almost need a ladder to get in there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sure they operate them to the safest manner possible.
Yep, and I believe most of these things are actually street legal. They've got headlights, turn signals.
The Harriet Fire Department, another one of those volunteer fire departments here in the county. We've got several of those coming through now. We always recognize and salute what the volunteers do. You don't have to go far in the community here in Sampson County to see a fire department or a fire truck or these people actually donating their time. They do this and they don't charge anything. I mean, it's kind of unheard of.
How about that? They got one of the kids in there
And that's the Harold's Fire
on
Department.
on the CB with the loudspeaker wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. Coming up behind them, we've got the Sampson County branch of the NAACP, Unit 5446.
Merry Christmas.
They're giving us a wave.
And
They've got the director and some other leadership. It's another important nonprofit in town that does a lot of good for the community.
And another fire department representative, Piney Grove Fire Department.
Piney
I think,
Grove.
Matt, you're seeing all the fire departments, a huge portion of them represented in the parade today.
Absolutely. So behind them, we've got an entry with Owens Home Furnishings. Mentioned earlier, one of our parade committee members, Frankie Owens, loves this parade and long-standing business, has been in this community for quite a while, 601 Southeast Boulevard.
Yeah, I chatted with Frankie and Willie Hobbs the other day, and Willie was talking about the years that he had spent on that committee. Halls Fire Department, 701 between Clinton and Newton Grove,
like
dedicated to service in the community.
So they've got a few scouts in the back there, Pack 26 of Clinton. Our next entry here is U.S. Cellular. Kirsten Jameson over there, they've just gone into a new location at the Walmart shopping center. Moved across town. It's pretty sharp. So
If you need a cell phone,
if you need a cell
give them
phone,
a call.
give them a call.
Or
Or if you need a cell phone, you might not be able to call them, so just pop in.
Get somebody else to call. So here we got some more queens coming up.
Let's see what we've got here. That's the Hales girl. I do know that.
Yeah, the signs are in the windshield and I can't make it out, so.
All right, let me get called Elizabeth Hales, 2022-23, Petite Miss, Sunset Avenue. 10 years old, the daughter of Clark and Rebecca Hales. She loves to dance and wants to attend ECU to become a dance teacher. This may be, okay. Tiny Miss, LC Car School. Jalasia Noel Bowden, 6 years old, was crowned Tiny Miss LC Car on February 19th. She's the daughter of Shaniqua Bowden and Decorius Daughtry, both Clinton natives.
2 queens, 1 car coming up.
2 queens, 1 car. We've got Anna Marie Cox, Miss Sampson County's Carolina Princess. and Katie Elizabeth Strain, Miss Sampson County 2023.
And we got another queen coming through, sitting on top of the car.
Oh yeah, out of the sunroof. Who is this? Jaxie Thornton. She's Miss Sampson Middle School for 2022. Let's give her a wave. Behind them, I believe we have the Kahiri tribe coming up.
Just recently had a conversation with Native Americans, Kahiri tribe. Some of those members recently on We Should Know, and a great conversation. Just wonderful people to get a message out about, not only the heritage, but just what they contribute to our community each
Absolutely.
and every day.
They were the first settlers of this area, for sure.
Absolutely.
They've got a tribal center out there on 421. The tribe is one of 8 state-recognized tribes in North Carolina. They pride themselves on spreading their culture all over the state, tradition of dancing, food, and their cultural traditions. They have a powwow each year. They invite the community out to it. It's a great event. You can learn a lot.
Now, what can you say about registered septic
I
tanks?
say that's a good person to know and be able to call when you need them.
When things get bad, call registered
There
septic
you go.
tanks.
Behind them, we've got another volunteer fire department from Vans Crossroads.
And Vans Crossroads is one of those fire departments that's out in a rural area. At Vans Crossroads, we've been there for years.
Yeah, right there by Hopewell Church.
Support Clinton, support Newton Grove. If they get called, they'll go back up these other fire departments.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's important for folks to understand about fire departments. When you look at the effort they make, whether it's 2 a.m. in the morning, it's a traffic accident, whether it's a fire of some kind, these
First
guys
responders.
they go and they come with all the equipment they need to make a difference in people's lives, and particularly when it comes to life saving. So, and they actually go through the same training that paid fire departments go through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important to know that as they put in that time, that there's not a reimbursement cycle for them. They're just giving back to their communities. There's not anything.
I will say
that-
one perk to it, you get some cool lights in your truck.
Yeah,
You break the
yeah.
speed limit once in a while.
Yeah.
Only in those emergency situations.
You get to get people moving out of your way when you turn those lights
and
on.
hey, then you got an excuse to rock one of these cool mustaches that are coming back too.
Okay, here we got a truck coming up now that has been around for some time. Tree.
Yeah, Steve Dahl, he's got this is a 2011 International truck, cherry picker, so it reaches over 100 feet, or bucket truck.
So if you got something needing trimming 100 feet, these are the guys that call.
These are the guys.
Been in business.
Hey, that we're going to have to wait for a hurricane, and it'll come down itself.
30 years of experience. They've been there for some time. And listen, they also do stump grinding. So if you need
Tree
your
trimming, stump grinding.
if you need your stump ground, those are the people to call.
Call Dahl.
More another queen coming up. So we're going to try to figure out who that is before they get right in front of us.
This one should be 2023 Young Miss Princess of Harnett County. Daughter of Ron and Missy Washington of Roseboro, honor student at Lakewood High School, member of the National Beta Club and FBLA, aspiring pediatric dentist. So let's see if she smiles, shows her pearly whites.
Riding atop a Land Rover, by all means. I'm just always amazed at how they end up positioning themselves out of a sunroof on top of a vehicle. It's amazing.
All right, who have we got next? This is Community Home Care and Hospice, serving Sampson and Duplin counties. Patients and their families sharing a Christmas story while keeping loved ones home for the holidays.
Roseboro Rescue Squad coming through, and Roseboro, right here between us and Fayetteville, North Carolina, covers a large swath of Sampson County in that area.
Part of Western Sampson, you got Roseboro, Salemburg, Autryville out that way, all great communities and part of this county.
And hopefully we don't need the dive team today.
No,
It's a little bit chilly, but if we do, we've got a team of people that's
Sampson County
trained.
dive team with Roseboro Rescue and EMS.
Go through extensive training just to know how to do that and excavate people out of very treacherous situations.
All right, next up, we've got the Union High School Army JROTC cadets.
Give them a big salute. organized and marching in unison. When you think of military, that's one of the things comes to mind. Everybody's not only on the same page, but they got the same footsteps. They're putting them in the right place. Got another queen coming through. In fact, 2 more queens.
I wonder if this one might be Tiny Miss Princess of Sampson County, Gracie Amelia Edwards. Let's see what's on the side of the card. Yep, Gracie Amelia Edwards here. In a white shawl, and she's waving at the crowd. Behind her, it looks like we've got Miss Collegiate USA 2022, Haley Hudson. She is a senior at Carolina, UNC in Chapel Hill. She is from Harrell's. Haley is in the Honors College and on the Dean's list and will be attending law school this fall. Haley, we wish you luck.
Absolutely. Smart young lady. Another dance troupe coming through.
Inspired to dance. JW, you gonna be inspired to dance?
I might be inspired to dance.
If you get inspired to dance,
if you can't sing, you gotta dance.
I will pay good money to see you out there put on a performance.
Yeah.
I'll call the rest of this thing when you break a hip.
Just bring the rescue squad back closer first.
Yeah, maybe hopefully we got another one of them coming up.
Yeah.
They'll clean you up.
Yeah, pink and blue.
All right, Inspired to Dance is a dance studio here in Clinton. Located in downtown, they offer dance classes in different varieties of dance for ages 3 to 18.
All right, there goes the moves right there.
Here we go. Let's take a look.
Oh yeah, they got the moves, and I guarantee you they don't have back problems either.
If you did these moves, back problems.
I think I would.
Yeah.
If I did those moves, I'd probably stay in one of them.
I like this. It's the old school. So my parents told me when I was younger and I'd want to wear certain stuff. The styles were cyclical.
Yeah.
And I see the old Fresh Prince. This lady got some overalls on with only one strap hook to get the Holy Blue jeans in back. Only wearing them, I guess, not just on Sundays.
But that's become fashion.
Yeah, people pay good money for holes in their blue jeans.
Exactly.
Great performance.
Times are a-changing. Give them a big hand.
And up next behind them, we've got the Telemon Walkers. Telemon Head Start programs engage parents and other key family members in positive relationships and focus on family well-being. They're enrolling children and pregnant women and hiring, and I guess they're looking for some help. They're hiring employees. If you're looking for a job and that sounds up your alley, give them a call.
You need a job, that might be one of those you want to check the block on and say, hey, I'm going to follow up on that at some point in time.
I guess if you are interested, telephone number there, 910-590-1027. Empowering individuals and improving communities. After that, we've got Performance Ford. Looks like a brand new pickup truck here. This thing is grayed out. That might be an electric one, JW.
Yeah,
these wheels, that thing is, that's an F-150, but like a Lightning edition. I've not seen one of those.
I would say,
They're pretty sharp.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely an EV.
Behind them, we've got, let's see, some Happy Babies and Happy Hours.
What's the guy in the green? Look at that.
The Grinch up there making some moves.
He looks familiar.
Happy Hours Clinton and Roseboro After School and Summer Care serves districts in Clinton, Lakewood, Hopton, Spirit of Life, and Mintz. Voted 2022 Best Child Care. Happy Babies specialize in care 6 weeks to 5 years. After them was U-Care. I know Sonny Wilkins over there. That's a nonprofit organization assisting domestic violence and sexual assault victims in Sampson County, an important organization.
There's Razzie Cloud.
Razzie Cloud, another queen, Miss Sampson County, and here comes Abby Britt, Miss Dunn, and who else is with her?
Merry Christmas, everyone, from Sutton County EMS.
Abby Britt is a UNC graduate, works at Duke Medical Center.
Smokey Bear's coming up on the scene.
Man, Smokey Bear's still around. What about Gruff McGruff, the crime dog? Is he still in business?
Yeah, Smokey Bear is still out
Smokey Bear. North Carolina Forest Service here.
Absolutely.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
And this is the Suttontown Rescue Squad.
EMS here.
Yeah, these guys do emergency medical work, and again,
It's more of our
keep in
first
mind
responders.
they are volunteers. These are volunteers.
Suttontown EMS.
And the big part of this is that Thomas Jackson is retired as a paramedic, but yet he still now volunteers his time with that unit, and of course that's his son with him, Bradley, and they do a great job serving that community, and oftentimes they're there before anybody else if you call them.
I believe this tricked out golf cart here is our entry for Ranch QD. It's a fifth generation owned farmland with private event and design work. We got a little pup riding with them.
And that's got that kind of Florida tropical look.
Yeah, it does. All right, now we've got Clinton High homecoming queen, Kamaya Smith. Let's give her a wave. Coming up.
So we're in the city of Clinton, and you would expect to hear from the Dark Horse Band, would you not?
I think it's about to happen, JW.
It's got to happen.
It's about to happen.
And as we look at that, we see the banner, and it's being sponsored by Williamson Gas, and the Clinton High Dark Horses do a lot of traveling and do a great job when it comes to doing a performance. So once we get these kids up here, I want to kind of, maybe we can just listen to it for a moment. But you mentioned a while ago the folks with the flags. Not only do they have the flags in this band, but they are so appropriately dressed for the season.
They are, and they're black and gold. And the marching band folks in their black and white with their hats. With the, I'm probably calling it, it's not just a hat with a feather.
Yes, it's almost like a formal unit.
Yeah, but, as the marching bands do. They look sharp.
And we're hoping, one of the things we've been trying to do this year in this position is to get the bands and the folks that's going to do a performance in camera angles, so the folks out there looking on TV and listening on radio, the TV folks can actually see them do a performance. So hopefully they're going to maybe stop here in a minute and take a performance. Always comes with candy, and hopefully in a couple of weeks will come with all kinds of things down the chimney. What can we say about Santa Claus?
Santa Claus, our last float, we've got kids, candy for all the, well, I guess it doesn't matter if they were good or bad. They're getting candy tossed to them right now. But hopefully they were good this year, and we'll get some nice presents under the tree. So this is the Chamber of Commerce, our float with Santa Claus. And we are our volunteers helping us out. In addition to some of the chamber volunteers, we've got the Kiwanis Club, and they're out here with us. They help with a lot of the candy, Kiwanis Club here, as well as Clinton Sampson Rotary. So we very much appreciate that.
And man, I want to just say, with the parade, everybody that's in the parade, watching the parade, gets caught in the Christmas spirit.
Oh yeah, I'll say there's definitely some Christmas spirit on the back of this float. Please, if we can pan the camera and catch the Christmas spirit on the back of that float.
Absolutely.
Y'all may recognize him.
Absolutely.
He may or may not be a city
Daniel
councilman.
Ruggles is on the back, one of our city councilmen.
Well, if you can't see the suit that he's wearing, I don't know how to describe it, but
it's one of a kind. It's unique.
It's very festive.
Wish everybody a beautiful, wonderful, Merry Christmas. And as always, when I'm kind of closing my show out, I certainly pray that God will bless everyone.
Absolutely, God bless. And I just want to say, thanks again to our sponsors, Grantham Agronomics, Sampson County YMCA, 4-County Electric Membership Cooperative, and Star Communications.
Ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas and a
Happy New Year, and ain't it a pretty day?
absolutely. Thank you for being with us.
Thank y'all.